Today I'm showing you how to make one of my absolute favorite high protein dinner recipes. This is a healthy egg roll in a bowl made with ground chicken and coleslaw mix. So it's a quick, delicious one pan recipe that comes together faster and tastes way better than anything you would order from takeout. Now, there's not a lot of prep involved with this recipe, which is exactly what makes it so perfect for a busy weeknight. All I do in advance is I'll take one onion and I cut it into quarter moons. Now, you only need half of the onion, so I just peel off the skin, cut the half in half, and then come across the top, and you've got these nice thin quarter moons. Then I'm also going to roughly chop 3 cloves of garlic. So nice fat cloves of garlic. You just want to peel off the outer layer of skin. Easiest way to do this is just to take your knife over the top and give it a good tap, little smash, and then that skin peels right off. And then give them a rough chop. You're also going to need 1.5 tablespoons of grated ginger. Now, personally, ever since I discovered this grated ginger in a jar, I have never bought fresh ginger since because this is actually really good and it's so convenient. So I just leave this little jar in my fridge, and when I need ginger, it's so easy. It is so convenient, huge time saver. And then another shortcut we're gonna use to keep this recipe really quick and simple, instead of cutting up cabbage and carrots, I just buy a bag of coleslaw mix like I have here. So this is a 14-ounce bag of coleslaw mix, and it's basically just shredded green cabbage, purple cabbage, and then some carrots. So if I were gonna cut all of that up, definitely it's gonna take a little more time. Buying it in the bag, big shortcut. And then the last thing I like to prep in advance is I just rough chop some green scallions, which are ultimately just mild onions. Now, I remember back in the day, people would always say you can only use the white part of the scallion, but in my humble opinion, as long as it's nice and fresh and crunchy, you can cut as high as the scallion goes, both white and green, the pale green and the dark green, as long as it's fresh and it has a nice texture. So I usually use almost the entire scallion. So I cut them up, give them a rough chop, and they're ready to go. Other than that, you're just gonna need 1 pound of ground chicken. This could also be ground turkey. And then a handful of ingredients to make a sauce, or actually 2 sauces, which I'm gonna show you in just a bit. Okay, here at the stove, I've got a nice big nonstick skillet. I'm gonna heat it over a medium heat. And to that, I'm adding just a half a tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, which if you've never tried it before, has the most like nutty, delicious flavor, and a little goes a long way. And I'm gonna just say, if you are somebody working on any type of health, weight, or fitness goal, cutting back on cooking oils is what I would call low-hanging fruit. It is one of the easiest ways to lighten up the dishes that you are making in the kitchen, and you really won't miss it. A little goes a long way, especially when you're working with something like sesame oil. Once my oil is heated through, which happens pretty quickly, I'm gonna add the onions to the pan along with a pinch of salt. That salt is gonna help to pull the water out of the onion, so it's gonna saute and they're gonna become nice and tender and translucent. The goal is not to have the onions brown, so if you notice that the onions are browning, just turn your heat down a little bit, okay? We just wanna soften them. And you're gonna know that they're ready because the color is gonna change from opaque to translucent, which you can see here. That's how I know I'm ready for my garlic and for the ginger. Gonna loosely give that a stir in the pan. This is only gonna saute for about 30 to 60 seconds. Once it's fragrant, then you're ready to add in the ground chicken. Okay, so I have 1 pound of ground chicken. This is a really lean meat. It's super high in protein. You could also sub in ground turkey. Either of these would work well. And if you're somebody who's working to build higher protein meals, ingredients like this will help you get there very quickly. So I'm gonna season that with a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, and then we're just gonna break this down into crumbles. And can somebody please remind me what we used to break our meat down with? How did we do this before this meat chopping kitchen tool came to be? I genuinely do not remember. I have to tell you, this is one of the very few kitchen gadgets that I actually like, use, and would recommend. Okay, so I've got it broken down. And another little tip, whenever you're working with lean ground meat, I love to add some water. You could also do broth into the pan while the meat is browning. Because what happens is because the meat is so lean, it can be a little bit on the drier side, but if you add some liquid to the pan while it's cooking, the meat actually absorbs it while it's cooking, and it ends up being a lot more tender and a lot juicier. Now, to season the entire pan, you just make this like crazy simple sauce, and you do it right while your chicken is cooking. So this all happens very quickly. So grab a little bowl, or I like to use a spouted cup. And the base of this is going to be a 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce. So we'll get that in there. This is going to add that Asian flair, little umami flavor base. Okay, so that's number one. Then next up to the party, we're going to add a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. Rice wine vinegar, it's a little bit sweeter than regular vinegar. In you go. Then I'm going to use a 1/2 tablespoon, so the other half of the toasted sesame oil. So we did a 1/2 to saute the onion, and we're doing another 1/2 to flavor this sauce that's going to go over everything. Again, sesame oil brings so much to the party. It really has such big flavor, and a little bit goes a long way. And then you need some sriracha, so a little spicy sauce. And you can do 1, 2, 3 tablespoons, really depending on how spicy you like it. I like it a little bit on the spicier side. So once you have everything in there, you're just gonna whisk it together. It smells really good. And this is gonna add so much flavor to the pan, okay? So let's go check on our chicken, and then we're gonna bring this all together. Okay, so you can see that the meat is turning from pink to opaque. That's how we know that it's cooking through. I just like to break it down a little bit more till it's nice little crumbles. And then once it's totally cooked through, we're ready for the rest of the ingredients. So I'm gonna toss in that bag of coleslaw mix. Again, ultimately this is just shredded cabbage and carrots. Get that into the pan. I also add 1/2 of those fresh scallions. I like to save the other 1/2 to sprinkle over the top once the dish is done. And then we're gonna take this soy sauce combination mixture that we just made, and I'm gonna drizzle that right over the top. Now from here, I like to use tongs, and it just mix everything together. You wanna make sure that all of the chicken and all of the veggies are well combined and have a nice light coating of the sauce. And then I just let it cook, like simmer away like this for like 5, 8, 10 minutes most. Personally, I like to leave the veggies a little bit like al dente. I don't like them to get super, super soft. So usually what I'm looking for is for those veggies to turn like a beautiful, bright, vibrant color. That usually means that the raw edge is off the vegetables, but they're not super soft and mushy. Which, by the way, if you like soft, mushy vegetables, that's also totally fine. You just want to let it cook for a few extra minutes. Now while that cools down, I'm also going to show you this little sauce I love to make to top it with. It takes literally 1 minute. So I just take about 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt, and then I add in 2 tablespoons of sriracha. The balance of the yogurt and the sriracha makes for a sauce that has a little bit of heat, but it's also like cool and creamy. And then the juice from 1 juicy lime, or if your lime is not super juicy, you might need the whole lime. Just get that all into the bowl, whisk it together. And now you need to decide how you want to serve your egg roll in a bowl. If you want to go really light and you want to up the veggies even more, you could use cauliflower rice as the base. If you want something a little more substantial, you could do a jasmine rice or a basmati rice, or you could do what I love to do, and that's a combination of the two. So I love mixing rice with cauliflower rice, and then I have it in my fridge as a head start ingredient, and I'll layer that into my bowl as the base, and then I just spoon the egg roll in a bowl right over the top. You can finish it with a few scallions. I usually serve the sauce on the side, and I'm telling you, my whole family loves this meal. They beg me to make this one, and it's such a fantastic example of a meal that you can make for your family while still staying aligned with your health, weight, and/or fitness goals, and you don't need to feel like you're a short order chef. Now, I will also say this meal happens to be fantastic for meal prep as well, and oftentimes I will do that as well. I'll just create individual servings and leave them in the fridge just like this so we can grab and go throughout the week. This one is so good. The flavors are so bright and vibrant. It's like a little party in your mouth. And I find that it's really like a substantial dish, even though it's a very light dish. So if you're looking for meals that are protein and veggie forward, this one is definitely for you. And if you're looking for more easy, healthy, delicious, high protein recipe ideas, then you are definitely going to want to check this video out next. Cheers!